Thank you again for joining us. We will be recording this and posting this on our YouTube channel shortly afterwards. So, thank you for being here. But if you happen to not be here, you can still watch this or rewatch this if you'd like. So, just to kick things off, and hopefully people can hear me because there have been moments in time where I would just go off on a rant and then no one could hear me. So, hopefully people can. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Great. So, quick intros. So, we are definitely still working towards a pretty big launch. We'll kind of talk to you more about that. If you've been paying attention to the project and seeing our updates, we are one of the bigger launches that we're working towards is the Chainport Bridge launch. The Chainport Bridge launch actually has a ton of other projects underneath it that we have been working on nonstop and making extremely great strides that are required for the launch. So one of them is ledger support. Then we have the Oreo wallet effort, which is the browser wallet for Ironfish, and then all the necessary things needed for the Node app as well. And I just want to underline how impressive all these projects are. And like ledger support, if you were to back out, there's actually no single privacy coin that's in production right now that has multi-sig wallets. And we have had multi-sig wallets for quite some time, and we're making that experience even better through Node app integrations and a much smoother experience to create a multi-sig wallet on the CLI as well. And then on top of that, there's no privacy coin in production right now that has shielded assets or shielded accounts on Ledger, period, let alone multi-sig shielded accounts on Ledger. And so, that has been an incredibly huge engineering feat from Flabs as well as Zondax, who has been helping us with Ledger integration. And again, there is no other privacy project at all that has, fully shielded accounts or multi-sig. So, some of the timelines that we've had initially when we started off this project were fairly optimistic, and we have uncovered so many engineering challenges getting multi-sig wallets on Ledger that has expanded our timeline. But I just want to kind of underline just how impressive all the engineering effort has been, and the fact that we only slipped by a little bit is pretty is actually pretty impressive. So there is that. And then, for the Oreo wallet project in particular, I just want to head on a few more points before we get into the details there. For privacy projects, having a browser wallet is extremely hard. If you think about your normal MetaMask Infura experience, MetaMask uses Infura, which is a third-party full node provider that can just look up everyone's addresses. And it's actually fairly easy to get an account balance for an Ethereum wallet because everything is public. For privacy wallets, this is really, really hard because you would have to re-index the entire blockchain just to get a balance for a particular wallet. And so browser wallets for privacy chains become a lot more difficult. There are like two things or two ways you can do that. You can either do client-side decryption, which projects like Aleo and Penumbra have tried, or you can do server-side decryption, meaning that you give a server your view key, and then you get to a much closer experience, like akin to MetaMask. So we have done the second way with Oreo Wallet, and again, that's been a grant project from Fishguy, and IF Labs has been helping him quite a bit to get that to be production ready, and that has been an impressive, speed of engineering to get that project close to completion for the launch as well. And then the Node app, honestly, obviously I'm very, very biased, but I think the Node app is probably the best experience in crypto right now to run a full node and to have a wallet built in. So all the changes that are coming out for Node app are, again, making sure that this version experience is great, that you can do multi-sig wallet support in Node app as well. And so there's lots of updates there. The other thing is we have 1.3 million or close to 1.3 million submitted transactions on Ironfish since mainnet, excluding the miner reward transactions, which is awesome. And it is a number that, I think we're all pretty proud of. We have been live since April of 2023, and there have, we had a hard fork, we had huge price inflections, and the chain has been very, very stable. We've had pretty much no reorgs of more than like depth 2, I think, since mainnet launch. And and it's been like going really in a stable way. Product guy says that he approves of the Node app experience, which I'm very glad. Thank you so much. Cool. The other thing that I want to kind of hit on before we dive in is people have noticed that we are being delisted from KuCoin. And I want to just be really transparent with you guys because I think you deserve transparency from us. KuCoin did reach out to us, and they reached out to us because the volume on KuCoin has been going down. And so part of that, part as a reflection of that, we have started the seed store campaign to boost volume on KuCoin, and we actually have succeeded. And unfortunately, because they had to look at Ironfish a second time, they realized for some reason just now that we were a privacy chain. And so even though our volumes still, we're actually at a healthy level for them to keep us on, because our compliance team flagged that we're a privacy chain, we're unfortunately delisted because of the privacy aspect of Ironfish, not because of the volume of Ironfish. We have talked to them about it, and we said, look, like we're going to have an EVM component coming out soon. Once we have an EVM layer on top of Ironfish, will be fairly similar to Zcash in the sense that there are some transparent transactions and some shielded transactions. When that does come, would you be considerate, or like could we be considered for to be relisted on KuCoin? And they did say that once we do have an EVM component, then they can reconsider putting Ironfish back on KuCoin. So it's hopefully not a permanent thing, but I want to be very transparent with you guys about all the things that have happened there. Privacy projects can be sometimes scary for top exchanges, and we were doing our best to make sure that they're more comfortable with it. Okay, so I think with that, we can hand it off to the IF Labs team. Jason, do you want to introduce the new IF Labs hire? Or
Yeah, I just want to give the new hire. So I always say this, IF Labs, we're one of the kind of companies that are contributing to Ironfish underneath the Ironfish ecosystem. And we have a lot of products that we're working on these days. We've talked about the mobile wallet, we've talked about the Node app. We have, various websites and web products that we kind of work on. And we're kind of in the need of, new engineering support for a lot of these products that are boosting up so we can make them better. As an example, Rohan built a great wallet encryption that he's going to talk about, but now integrating that into the Node app requires kind of more support. We're really happy to hire a new product engineer, Connor. He's already getting some really great contributions into our products that are making them better. I pulled them down and tested myself. Very excited. So I want to give him a chance to if he wants to come up on stage and introduce himself. Very excited to have him on the team. And if you haven't done, you know how to do it.
Yep. Hey everyone. Yeah, I don't have too much to intro on myself, but I'm just excited to be working on all of the exciting products that IF Labs has going on, and hopefully to continue making the experience for everyone smoother and easier, and continue that goal. But yeah, not too much about myself to intro.
Yeah, thank you so much, and look forward to his features and fixes in the coming releases.
all right. Next up, we are going to go into the engineering section. So these are all updates on the engineering side from IF Labs. And we'll start off with an update from Matt about the Ledger project.
Lena. So as some of you probably have already heard, we've been working on Ledger integration. That has been a lot of work, but we have been, just putting in all of the effort we can to make sure this has been going super well. The Ledger apps are undergoing an audit now to make sure they're secure and safe to use. Once that is done, the Ledger apps will be available to use publicly for everybody. So that's super exciting. You'll be able to assign transactions, create multi-sig accounts, just anything you would expect, just a great experience. It's going to integrate into our CLI and our Node app. And yeah, it's very exciting. And I want to pass it off to Hugh to talk about something he's been working on to make it even better.
Thanks, Matt. So as we've been testing all of our work for the ledger integration, and in particular testing multi-sig ledger integration, it's given us a chance to revisit one of the big pain points that we have around multi-sig wallets. And that's that both during the process of creating a multi-sig wallet and then later signing transactions with multi-sig accounts, there's a lot of passing messages back and forth between the members of a multi-sig account. For example, in signing, there's kind of a three-step process of signing a transaction where you need to send the transaction to each member who controls keys in the multi-sig account. Then you need to create these shares of the signature for the transaction and send those back and forth between members of the account. So it's a lot of message passing back and forth, and it tends to be a pretty manual process at the moment where if I'm testing an account with other members of the IF Labs team, we end up sending a lot of messages back and forth to each other. So to alleviate that and make that simpler, we've started to develop what we've been calling the multisig broker server. And it's a server process that all members of the multisig account can connect to in a session. And the members of the multisig account only need to share the ID of that session and a passphrase so that they can encrypt messages that they send to the broker, which then broadcasts to the other members of the group. So it really eliminates all of the manual message passing between members of the group and automates the process of getting all of the data around to the different members of the multisig group. It makes creating an account a lot faster. It makes signing transactions a lot faster. So we're really hoping that this is going to make multi-sig accounts a lot easier to create and a lot easier to use. We still have some more work that we'd like to do to make the UX even better for the multi-sig broker server, but it's going to be a big step forward for multi-sig. And with that, I will turn it over to Rohan to talk about wallet encryption.
Yep, thanks, Hugh. So as Jason mentioned earlier, I've been working on a project for wallet encryption, and this has been a project we've discussed a few times on these Discord updates. So for those of you who might not be familiar, when you generate an Ironfish wallet, you generate a private key which controls all of your assets. And previously, this private key was stored in plain text in your node. And what we've done is we've added this functionality to encrypt all the wallet keys with a passphrase. So if somebody gets a hold of your database or your machine, they can't actually get your key because it's been encrypted with the passphrase. So this is a huge security improvement in Ironfish, and it's available now in all of the latest SDKs as well as the standalone wallet. So feel free to update and pull it down, and please let us know if you face any issues. It is currently unavailable in the Node app. That is something that we're going to work on, but it is available in the CLI. So stay tuned for future updates, and whenever we add it to the Node app, we'll definitely mention it. Next, I will pass it on to Dan, who will talk about Oreo Wallet.
Hey everybody, like Jason mentioned earlier, Oreo Wallet by the Oreo Labs team, and the Oreo Labs team a little bit with making
Sorry,
some
Dan, I'm not
design
sure why, but your
updates.
audio sounds like it's not working correctly.
Can you hear me at all?
It's just
Let's
it's just
see.
robotic. like the compression is not correct.
Let's try this again.
You still sound a little robotic. All right, maybe we can come back to that section then, if that's okay. Okay, foundation updates, foundation/conference updates. So right now we are at permissionless, which is great. We're going to do a panel today in a few hours, talking about with Stephen Smith from WorldCoin, who is leading their protocol team. Technically, he's from Tools for Humanity company, which is like the DEFCO for the WorldCoin project. And then we'll also be talking with Sandy Carter from Unstoppable Domains, hosted by Wei Dai from 1KX. So if you guys are here, please join us. And if you wanted to come say hi, let me know. We'll also be doing ETH Pragma in San Francisco on October 18th. So if you are in the Bay Area, please say hi. We're also going to be hosting a joint event co-hosted by Succinct Labs as well as Espresso Labs. It'll be kind of a happy hour really close to the venue for ETH Pragma. It'll be at quite a beautiful venue actually in the Bay Area, like in San Francisco, one of my favorite spots. So if you're interested, I can paste in a link right now. So if you happen to be in the Bay Area, please let us know. And yeah, and I think like overall, we're working super hard towards this bridge launch, and we have been tirelessly working on it and making really great strides. And we're almost there. You've kind of heard all the updates so far about our audit coming in, which is great. We're doing finishing touches and working hard to get to a code completion state and give ourselves a buffer to test everything out to make sure the experience is extremely smooth. And then after we're fairly confident that all the steps are working properly, everything that needed to be audited has been audited, then we'll set a date for a release, and we're super excited about it because this will be the first time that we'll introduce assets from other chains onto Ironfish in a safe way, and have private wrapped USDC tokens, which is very exciting. Okay. Let's see. Dan, are you back? Dan, do you want to try and do your section again? Well, you're muted, Dan, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow, that's
Okay.
my bad. How do I sound now?
You sound perfect. Amazing.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. Not sure what was happening there, but yeah, so the Oreo wallet update, yeah, like as folks have mentioned, we've been working with Oreo Labs to kind of help the Oreo wallet extension, like just generally improve its UX and design. And we actually released, well, rather, Oreo Labs released an update to the extension with a bunch of UI and UX changes. So the app should look and feel a lot more fresh. If you have the extension already installed, it should have updated. If not, you can go to oreowallet.com to get the browser extension. And if you don't have like a browser extension wallet and you want to check it out, would recommend. It feels nice and snappy now. One thing that we are currently working on is bringing Ledger integration into the Oreo wallet browser extension so that you can have your assets safe on your hardware wallet, but still be able to send transactions through the browser extension as well as integrate with dApps that support the like Ironfish as a dApp provider. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated when that launches. Should be coming soon, as we are working tirelessly to bring Ledger to most, if not all, of our products.
Awesome. Great. Okay, and I think with that, we can close it off. As always, if you have any questions, please use the general channel to ask us questions or even the questions channel. But just to recap, we have been working so hard to make this launch happen, and we're breaking grounds on what privacy chains can do multiple times over with this launch. And so I'm just really proud of our team and really excited for this launch. Cool. Okay, and with that, please stay tuned for all the updates on Ledger, browser wallet, app node, as well as the bridge launch and many other updates as well. And yeah, we'll see you on the Discord general channel. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you have a great Friday. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye, everyone.